Welcome everyone in this new tutorial about Diablo dungeon generator. So in this video tutorial we're going to create a bunch of assets. I've been thinking for a few minutes about what are we going to need besides the two things we created in the previous tutorial. So what do we need? We also need an enum that is going to be tile. It's really going to be tile type. Tile type was a bit is not the real definition of this. This is the tile direction, might I say, or tile connection. I'm going to stick with tile direction, and this is going to be tile type because we need a bunch of different tiles. So we have our generic tiles. So this is going to be, if we go back to our small overview, this is going to be every blue tile. So let me just change the color of this. This is going to be like this. So every blue tile is a generic tile. These are going to be our bread and butter tile. This is going to be the main source of randomness in the generation. So this is it. And we also have the start tile. We also have the end tile. But we also have, I'm going to call them additional tile. So this is going to be the orange tile here that we have added after we generated the main layouts. We added this tile, and the green tile here is a replacement tile. So this is our next type. So the next type is our replacement tile, like this. And what do we need? I think that's all. We need a structure containing the informations about each tile we already chose to spawn. So we're going to create a new structure. This is going to be S tile information. And this is going to contain the information about the type of the tile we want here. So we're going to need a tile type. But we are also going to need direction. To what tile is this linked? So here we want tile type, I said. Oh, I get it. You cannot find, since I named them both the same. Now it's completely lost. When I create an enum of the type BP tile type, it creates an enum of the type direction in the structure. So I'm just going to delete the structure. I'm going to close the project and to reopen it, hoping it fixes the problem. Sorry for that little kick in our, you got me? So we want this to work now. Hopefully we're going to create a structure. This is our tile information, and this is tile type. Oh, it has a strange color. It's completely lost. Maybe I just have to recreate it. I'm not fond of that. I'm not fond of that. Hopefully direction did not get lost in the... So I'm just going to recreate the tile type enum, and I'm going to give it another name. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to create a new enum. This is going to be our tile templates, and we're going to have a bunch of tiles, generic tile I mean. And maybe you want stuff like, I don't know, secret tile. In tile information, I want a tile template. I also want a tile direction. And I want the tile direction to actually be a map containing all the direction. This is going to be a cardinal point. And this is cardinal point, not points. So I want this to be a cardinal point. And this is going to be a bool. This is going to tell us basically, is this tile connected to the north? Is this tile connected to the south, east, west, etc., etc.? You got me? So we need each direction like this. So this is going to be our type, and this is going to be our directions. And depending on the directions, we will want to spawn different tiles, like seen in the overview. For instance, this tile has the south and the north direction checked, so we know we're going to find a tile corresponding to the north-south having this tag, and we're going to spawn it if we need a corridor like this. So going back to our level generator, what have we done here? We actually said here we want our level generator to keep track of every tile he wants to build, and for that we are going to need a T-map of vector 2D, because we're going to have a grid-based system. This is the last column, the last row. This is the first column. This is the first row. You got me? So this tile is located in O in X and 5 in Y. So we are going to need a vector 2D, and this is a T-map of tile information, and this is our tile layout. And what do we want to do? We want to have a new function called build dungeon, and this is going to be called randomize. How are we going to call that? This is going to basically create the generate tile layout. So on begin play, what do we want to do? We want to generate tile layout, and the first thing we want to do is add a new tile to our layout located in OO, and this is going to be our start tile, and this is not going to have any direction. No, I don't want to do that for now. Oh, promote to local variable. I'm just going to do that for now. Empty connections. We don't want any connections for now. So this is basically adding the start tile to our layout. We now have a layout that knows you gotta spawn a start tile at the 0, 0 location with no connection whatsoever to other tiles. And so we want to spawn, we want another function called spawn tile layout. And this is going to get all tiles we built, and this is going to spawn a tile for each one of the tiles we added to our layout. So how are we going to know that what type of tile do we want here? We're going to build a little function doing that. And also we're going to build a little connection, a little function returning the right transform for our tile. For now, we are not going to take care of the direction. So let's put that in category. So this is about the system. This has nothing to, the system doesn't tell us anything. Generation. We're just going to put that in generation for now. And then we're going to create a new function, get tile class. This is going to get a enum, a tile template, and this is going to return a class. I mean a tile. What type of tile to spawn? This is going to be a pure function, and this is going to be categorized as a utility function. And we are going to switch on the type of the tile we want, and for now we're just going to use select instead. But for now we're just going to say, hey, we want to spawn a start tile for now, and afterwards we're going to have a little fancy logic here that says, hey, retrieve a random generic tile, retrieve stuff like this and stuff like that. But for now we're just going to always spawn start tile. So we go back to our spawn tile layout. We are going to drag and drop our function, and the function is going to in the previous tutorial I said spawn tile had a parameter, and I said the parameter took a start tile as type, and we don't want a start tile here. We want a tile, a simple tile class. We want to hit compile, and we want to refresh that node. Yep, that's it, because it was still returning start tile. He didn't know we changed the type, the purple pin, so we had to refresh it. So now we can drag that here. So basically we are saying for each tile we added to our layout, we want to find out what type of tile that was, and we want to spawn the right class, and then we want to build the logic that determine where is the tile spawning. So for that we want the 2D vector to be transformed into a 3D, to be converted into a 3D transform. So we're going to create a new utility function called getTileLocation. This is going to take a 2D vector, and this is going to return a transform in tile location. So here we're going to need the size of our tile size. This is going to be a simple 3D vector. My tiles are 2525 meters large, so I'm using that value. So we want our tile size, we want our tile location, and we want to break that, and we want to break that. And the return transform is something like, let's just try this by that. I'm not good at math, so I'm just doing things, I'm just plugging stuff randomly until it works. And oftentimes it works pretty fast, so I'm pretty lucky on that side. So this is returning a tile location. Let's get back to our spawn tile layout function. We want to return that transform, and we're just going to say on begin play, let's get rid of our previous code. On begin play, we want to generate the tile layout, and then we want to spawn it. And let's see what that does. This is spawning our start tile as expected, but we're not going to be happy with this. We want more. We want to add another thing to our layout. We want to add a generic tile, and this is going to be located at 1, 0. So we're going to hit play, and we have another tile. Yes, we do. So, and my character cannot step further because my nav mesh is limited to that space. I'm going to make it bigger, like way bigger. Navigation bounds volume, I'm going to make it like 10,000 by 10,000. I'm going to hit play. Okay, nice. We can excuse me. We can also just make a quick random here, just for the sake of fun. But we want ints. We want random ints in range. But we don't want that to be 0, 0. Well, let's just see if we are lucky. Up, it spawned it at 0, 0. I knew we were going to be lucky. I don't know. It should be spawning. I mean, why? Ah, I know why. It was spawning outside of my vision range. It should be spawning on the downside now. Yes. And when hitting the previous random location I chose, when hitting 1, 1, it was doing something like this. And yeah, actually it was just on top. But when the random was hitting values like this, it actually was spawning 2 tiles in the same place. So we don't want that. But that was just to try out if generating the layouts and spawning it was working, and we can say it's working. So this is fine for now. So this wraps up the video. Hope you guys enjoy it and hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.